So you just closed your first deal as an agent. You're excited, the check is cleared, and now you have all this money sitting there staring you in the face, burning a hole in your checking account. Here are the 3 things not to do, and the last one is probably gonna piss off some of the gurus. The first thing that I would advise you not to do is go out and pay for any of these lead services that are sitting there promising you pre-qualified leads. I know this because I screwed this up when I was a new agent, and I paid for a program that was saying they were gonna be sending me these HUD leads, and I very quickly realized that these leads they were sending were dog shit leads. They didn't know that they were actually leads, and it was just people that were scraping a list and sending them to me, and you know, I was ignorant at the time, and so I was following up with these people, and not a single one of them ever converted or even came close to being a converting lead. On top of that, there's going to be people that are going to hit you up and say, oh, we'll feature you in this top producer magazine, we'll give you this full page spread, whatever. Do not invest in any of that. I'm not even gonna call that invest. Do not waste your money on any of that. It is entirely garbage, and none of that is going to ultimately serve you in the way of going out and generating new business, which at the end of the day, the goal is not to get one check and then go say you're investing it in new leads and waste all of it. The goal is to take that money and ultimately turn it into multiple more deals. The second thing that I cannot stress enough is to go out and buy some stupid material good. I have seen more agents than I would like to admit a stupid ass Rolex, and that's coming from someone that's wearing a Rolex. I bought this after being in business for like 4 years. Like, I was well into it before I got into any of that game. Agents will go out and they'll buy a nice BMW, a nice Porsche, a nice watch. Do not do any of that. At the end of the day, there is still a status component in real estate, but like, obviously people don't want to be working with someone that, you know, is showing up and they're not dressed well, or they're like, damn, like that guy's car doesn't look like it's going to start. There is a mountain of middle ground between that and going out and wasting your money on something that's not going to put any more money in your pocket. It's just not responsible, and I cannot urge you enough not to be one of the agents that does that. The last thing that I'm going to say that might piss some, you do not need to be going out and blowing your first check on some multi-$1,000 coaching program. There are plenty of people that are online that are like, oh yeah, you need to dump your first check back in, reinvest in yourself, and that's true to a degree, but you need to be taking a look at it of, okay, could I have to go into credit card debt in order to buy this coaching program after I, you know, pay my rent and pay all my other bills? Do not get me wrong. I've invested thousands of dollars in various coaching programs and in various, I guess you can call them educational courses, to further my knowledge of how to generate business in real estate, how to get better at sales, how to be a better agent as a whole. All of that came after there was some money in the bank, because at the end of the day, you do not want to be running around with commission breath. Clients can sense when you need a deal to get done. They can sense that you're pressuring them a little bit more, that like you might want the deal more than them. That is the fastest way to evaporate any amount of trust that that client has built up with you, and I can almost guarantee you that once they get that sense, they're going to bolt out the door and go find another agent. It is the worst possible thing that you can do, is to give off that commission breath, and unless your first deal is over probably $600,000-$700,000, you're probably not going to have the money to drop on that kind of thing. But do not get me wrong, after a few of those are in the bank, absolutely, by all means, you should go out and invest in that. And this is just a bonus, so make sure that you actually set aside 30% of that check for Uncle Sam, because if you want to call that an investment in paying your taxes, yeah, they really like when you pay them. And that's coming from someone that actually my first year in real estate, I did not do that. And so when tax season came, I was in a bit of a panic, because I was just sitting there looking at like the money that was in my account, and it didn't wipe me out, but it got damn close to it. So make sure you're setting your 30% aside for the government. And if you want to learn a little bit more about how you can progress as an agent, particularly as a new agent, more pitfalls that you can avoid, how to generate business, how to find a mentor, really just how to get the most out of your real estate career that you can, and make sure that you stick around and you're not one of the agents that washes out after a couple of years. I've got a link right down below that you can click. If you drop your email address in there, it's an entirely free, no credit card needed, 5-day email course that I'll send out to you. So make sure to check that out if you're interested, and as always, I hope you win.